Stay alert. That's what we're being told now. Stay alert to this invisible virus that can only be seen through an electronic microscope. Stay alert is replacing stay home, a major change in government policy that sees the burden being moved from government onto you, the individual. Stay alert. This confusion, this mixed messaging, I would suggest is behind the VE Day celebrations on Friday, where people were just getting drunk and had a great excuse on Friday night in places like Wimbledon and conga lines up north. And then on Saturday, huge crowds flooded to parks. What a surprise. How could that possibly have happened? It's almost like when you splash all over the front pages of the newspaper that a lockdown is being lifted, people think that a lockdown's about to be lifted. Let's be crystal clear about this because it's important that we understand the timeline. On Wednesday, Boris Johnson intimated in Prime Minister's questions that the lockdown would be eased. On Wednesday night, senior government officials briefed the newspapers that we would indeed be moving out of lockdown. On Thursday, the newspapers splashed all over their front pages exactly that. Come Monday, lockdown will be lifted. On Friday, the VE celebration suddenly gave people an opportunity to come out in their masses and have street parties. And on Saturday, well, London Fields happened. Brixton happened. Every single park was full of people and the police had very little they could do about it. Whose responsibility is that? Boris Johnson's. If you intimate to people that lockdown is going to be over, don't be surprised when they think it's going to be fucking over. Terrifyingly, this weekend could well lead to that second spike. That's right. Going out en masse just once is enough to cause infection rates to boom. Depending on which paper you listen to, there's been between 18,000 and 20,000 new cases. We are nowhere near clear of this. So why are we doing it? The right wing of the Tory party has always been in bed with big business. And when you start seeing people like John Redwood come out and start making public protestations, you know that that wing of the party is influencing policy. Big business doesn't care about anything other than the profit margin. Don't get it twisted. Their only interest is to make sure that they are one of the companies resilient to potentially the greatest depression, and this is literally what the Bank of England said, to hit the United Kingdom for 300 years. I said last week that I don't want to be one of the people who is constantly questioning the government narrative, but quite frankly, who else is doing this? Far too many journalists still on far too many papers are not aggressively asking questions that have to be asked at this point if we're going to avoid what the Sunday Times now describes as the possibility of 100,000 deaths because lockdown was eased too quickly, too fast, and for the wrong reasons. I'm going to be doing a live after tonight's announcement for Boris Johnson to decode the bullshit. And let's be honest, there is a lot of bullshit. At a time where the British people are desperately looking for clarity and leadership, we're told, stay alert. What does that mean? The fact is, it means something completely different to everyone, can be interpreted individually, and is not a clear, straightforward message. What a surprise. Yet another example of this government badly letting you and me down.